Alright, how's it going today, guys? We are finally going to attempt our first setup of the K1 KI3 core, but first I've got to get it made. I did a live stream today getting some work done on my reactors, and our rockets have been doing some good work here and getting us a bunch of our space rocks, our deep space ore down here. So we're making a lot of our structured exotic material ups and downs for our exotic science pack. So I need to get these three things crafted. This is very simple, just needs a burning generator, a pipe, and an electronic circuit, which means we're going to have to make the burning generator as well. And these are things we're not really going to need. I'm guessing past this, they're just ingredients for this. So I'm just doing them here so we can get them done. I'm going to go ahead and take a minute to set all of these up to bring in all the materials they need to do them and get them crafted, and we'll take a look at what we're going to need to actually run this thing in just a minute after I get them built. I'm quite sure you guys don't want to see me clicking back and forth getting everything figured out here. So before I do that, I'll show you what we did in the live stream. I've got a new area set up down here for making red circuits. We were running out of them for our rocket control parts. So everything is running much better over here. We added in another copper line off of here. We had plenty of copper just waiting up here, so we just put in another one of them. Same with the iron. We did a little adjusting with it. Still looks like we might need to do a little bit more. We don't have a whole lot more room to do so, but we might be able to fit in one more belt to feed down here to keep that running. But on top of that, I started setting up a train here to bring in coal. I did go ahead and add 3 more beacons here to speed these processes up. Also added in another bank for making plastic to feed over there to that system. Also, we added in another set of assemblers for the rocket fuel running off of our solid fuel from our light oil here, because I realized that this is not a one-to-one process. So we now have a lot more of them running, which I don't think we actually need the speed beacons for these, because it as you can see, they don't get all the way up here. I thought I had enough, but obviously I didn't. But because of all of that we have done, I have been able to add a beacon to the rocket silo. The only thing really holding us back is the fuel, so I need to work on that a bit more. That's why I was working on getting more coal in here, because as you can see, we just do not have enough coal to run this. So this is going to be a dedicated coal line just for this, and then this coal that comes in here will be for our plastic and wherever else we need it in the base. I also worked on upgrading this reactor here a bit to use up more of its heat. because we were not using up enough, I added some more water lines. We now have 8 water lines coming in this side, 2 coming up through the middle, and 8 more coming up this side. There are actually 4 sets of turbines here, 12 wide all the way up, 4 here, and then a single row for these 2 in the middle. And you can see our heat pipe is still large enough, so I may even be able to extend this out a bit more. Our steam is still backing up in the pipe. I did connect all of the steam together. So this one is connected down here. This one is connected up there. And everything is mirrored over here on this side. But I do believe I can put in a lot more heat exchangers, at least a few. I may try to tear this outer part down a little bit and try to do it a little bit differently, but I'm not sure. But this is giving us even more power, and it's more efficient on the thorium use, which really isn't a problem because we still have butt tons of thorium sitting up here waiting to go. It's actually backed up our iron line. We actually had uranium backing up the copper line, so I put in a second buffer for that. I need to do change these over to buffers and probably put in another one. I will say that's the one thing I'm feeling that this mod really lacks, with the amount of resources that you can collect in here. It would really be nice if there was a warehouse, or that would be a good companion mod to, add with this, is something that adds a larger bulk storage. And if I ever play this again, that'll definitely be one of the mods that I will add to it. And we'll get to that later. And we're about to have another rocket launch. And what was the other thing that I did? Oh, the other thing I did. So this was the normal size we had over here. We had 4 high of our accumulators, and I added 2 more sets of the same size in here. So we'll now have 3 times the accumulators over here. I also removed the ones that we had. We had a bank of them here, a bank of them here, and a bank of them right here. They were really small. I went ahead and took those out and added them in over here. That'll give us a little bit more room if we need it here for things on our processing line, and more room up here if we need it for fusion stuff. Which, speaking of fusion stuff, I have gone ahead and put in 9 more of these neutron activators, which we are still only running off of thorium at the moment. That way we can get more deuterium done, which you can see we are actually full on. So we are going to set up a tokamak reactor soon, because we are using, on average, we're using around 3 to 4 gigawatts. But I have seen it spike. If we go to 500, you'll see that we've got a big spike here when the research fusers come on. They use a lot of power, and I don't even have them full of speed modules yet. So when these kick on, we really need to have more power. And up until I upgraded this, we were running at about max, maybe even getting a little bit low on power at times. And I'm quite sure when I kick this on, because it's going to need 100 fusion techs, those fusers are going to turn on and we may see a spike in power again. So let me get this all set up and we'll be back to take a look at what we actually need to set up for running this bad boy. Be right back. Alright, so this is what I ended up doing. I needed to bring in iron, which I just requested in here, to make gears for the burning generator that I needed for the item and fluid handling facility that was needed for the core. So all of this is not needed anymore. I only have 100 iron coming in and one little thing, so I'm just going to leave it in case I need to get gears again. But here is our core. I actually manually put in the structures because it only needed 10 of each, and they're right here. So this will never make another one because I shouldn't need another one. These, on the other hand, I will need at least those 4, and I don't know if I'm going to need any more of them. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that for right now, and if we need more, it's here. So we need to come down here. By the way, I think I've had 2 more rockets go off in the time I've been setting all of that up. So it's doing well. Oh, I didn't show you this a minute ago. We got the sulfur fusion done. We're now working on the lithium fusion. And I don't know if I pointed this out. The iron fusion uses 1,000 of each of the first 6 sciences. Copper uses 2,000. Sulfur uses 4,000. The lithium now is using 6,000 of them. And then we still have the 238 and the 235, which are going to use 8,000 and 10,000 respectively. And then we will finally be to our exotic matter stage, and we can get to all of this fun stuff down here. But what we're trying to get to right now is getting all of these KI efficiencies done and the KIX1 done. And for that, we need the KI3 tech. So let's go take a look. Oh, I also added, I think, 4 more of these because we were going through so much thorium that we had a bunch of waste here because of us running these for the deuterium, which it's nice to see it is full. I'm hoping this is going to be enough that we can run our tokamak off of it. I also have adjusted this to where it can go all the way down to 10, and you can see right now our fusion, our research fissures have turned on, and we're now low on power. We're needing 6, and we're only putting out 4.5. So all of the reactors are currently running. That means we really need to get the tokamak up and running. To be exact, let me go see if I can pull these speed modules out of here. And if that's going to help with, yeah, that gets us down to 4.5 instead of 6. So just imagine how bad that would be if I ran that full of them, which we will probably end up needing to do at some point. So tokamak on its way. But let's look at this KI3 core. So I'm going to put it here. And you can see it's going to make us our green. We need to supply it with computing power, memory, energy, and now we need to make a new KI3 energy fluid. So we have 4 ports on this one instead of the 2 and 3 that we had on the single core and the double core, or first core and second core. So that means we're going to have to supply this with all 3 of the fluids we already have. So I'm going to have to upgrade this area again. We already have this one making extra of the computing up here. So I'm going to have to put in more of these that do the red and the green wires. Or no, wait a minute. That's the green wire. This is the energy. Okay. So I need to get that upgraded and get more of those done. And I actually thought when I moved it from here to here, I was going to have enough room. But since we need a whole nother bank of them, I think I'm going to move this up to where we have all of this room up here to do so. By the way, fighters, not happy. They have been attacking everywhere. They were attacking down here really, really bad. And I actually realized that I hadn't put in a roboport down here that could take care of this bottom half. And I've come down here and actually blown up everything throughout this whole area right here. And you can see they're already coming back in. They're not happy. We're making a lot of pollution. Okay, so I'm going to have to revamp this area to get this done. Now let's look at this new fluid, which I still don't know why we unlocked the ability to make it way back here. But we're going to need 20 advanced circuits. We're going to need 8 fusion tech and 2 of those exotic science packs. The science packs I hope are not going to be too bad, because we've got 1,000 of them sitting over there waiting. But I'm just worried it might be, we might actually be to the point where we need to get another rocket silo set up if we're going to need that much of them all the time to keep this thing running. If it eats as much fluid as what these 2 do, I'm going to need to set up 4 of the machines making that. It looks like here it's going to make 200 of that, where we're making 200 of these. So if we're making 200 of those, that means we're going to need 4 of these machines making this stuff, probably. Right now I'm not currently worried about it running beacons. I'm more worried about it running making the fluid. And you cannot put those there. They're going to try to connect. I want to put them here. Alright. So this, and then we can run this across here, and I want to get this put in here on the top. So that should be this one, I do believe. And we're going to need, let's get a requester chest here. And set up a belt. Requester chest in the wrong area. There we go. And we'll just do, well, we might as well do that. And then we need to get some power into this area to run that. So we need to get advanced circuits, which I'm guessing we're going to have to upgrade the advanced circuits again. I'm gonna have to go put some work into getting circuits. Actually, you know what? No, we don't want to put these in here. Although, thank you for doing so. I actually only want to put these in here. And we can do this. That will take care of just packing all that in there. So we want to put these in here, and we'll just tell it to give us 100 of them for the moment. And then we also need these. We'll tell it we need 100 of those. Now, the only issue with that is I want to set this one as a oh, I know what I need to do. I need to take this out for a minute. Give me that too. Alright, what I need to do is set up this. Because I need those on 2 different lines. So we'll just do that. Have it come out on the bottom. And then this will come out on the top. And let's see if we can move this back just a little bit. And now we'll put our requester chest in here. We'll put that back. And we need that set to 100. And we need that set to 100. And tell it can take from there. So now that should pull everything it needs in for both of those. And it'll be good. And it does need the same amount of... Oh no, it needs 8 and 2. Okay, so that might end up being an issue because we're going to get more of one than the other, and it's going to jam up right here. So I might actually have to do this like this. And then put these up on this line. How many of the circuits does it need? 16 of 20. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Take that out. And we're going to do these on 2 separate chests. I'll just take these out of here. Which means I'm not going to need that. And if we do them on 2 separate chests, then we won't need the second line for it. We can just have that come straight in. Because we're going to need the second line here actually for the red circuit. So we're going to be bringing our red circuits in this direction somewhere. Alright, so we throw this here, and you're you're still bringing me these, which now need to go up here. Again, we only want 100. We need that from there. Okay, so that should be taken care of. Now we won't have to worry about one backing up the other. So now we need to get red circuits up there, which we actually have this right here with circuits on it. We can bring this up. That's not going to go all the way up there, but we can upgrade it to a red one, which most definitely will. I'm going to bring that right over here, out of the way. And we can bring this right on up, take it over the top there, and then just bring it right back down right there. And it doesn't matter which side, the green ones are just bonus at this point. We don't really need them. And then we can set up like that. And that will start getting us our energy made. Now we just need to make sure we can keep that being made. Alright, so now we need to tap into the blue here, which again, once we get this running, I'll know if I need to make more, which I'm quite certain we will. Green we have right here, so we can do this and put one of these in here. If I put it the right daggone direction, there we go. And then I can run this one up and into there for the green. And then we just need the red or pink, orange, whatever color you call that. Alright, so that's that. So we have all our fluids in here. I'm almost going to guarantee you this is not going to work very long, but we can kick it on and it can start working. And we can put 2 more modules in here. Again, it's going to be speed modules that we'll put in there. So now, as long as everything keeps running for just a second, we should see 6 coming in to our beacons now instead of 4. And we'll be making our yellow tech. So I'm going to go ahead and actually turn this off once it gets this first process done, since we're running low on power again, because this thing is probably eating tons of it. So there is our first KI3 tech. So just like with the red one here, we're just going to grab this and we're going to set it up here, and that will store the yellow ones in this here, which I'm going to move over manually, and we're going to tell it to only do that. And actually, I don't want it to request anything, and they won't put anything in there. And with that, then I can come down here to where our science is. Oop, went right past it. Alright, so we can come down here, and I actually don't have the red ones coming in anymore. we can just add the yellow one right there, and we'll tell it to keep 1,000 up. That'll be perfectly fine. So then when we're ready to start running these here, we need, well, this one is just going to use the yellow one. This one's going to use just the red one. But we are going to need the yellow and the red when we get into the KI3. This one is just going to use the yellow one. So we might actually change it and run the reds and the yellows up there, but I think for right now we might as well just throw both of them into here. Tell it to keep 1,000 of each, or that's 10,000. I don't think I need quite that much. And you can see we're already having issues with the red over here keeping up, so we need to make lots more of the red ones. And it looks like, other than, well, power, our main issue right now, well, our main issue is power, because we are really low on it. Let's see, so what is it actually, how are we that low on power? It wants 37.2 gigawatts right now. That's because the yeah, these things ran out of power, and they have a huge buffer in them. For some reason it says we're only producing 282K right now, which is nowhere near enough. But yeah, see, all of these are low, and because they are low, they need to charge. That's why it's calling for that much. These are all empty, and they have a huge excess. So that one's running. I can't even see that one. This one is not running, but it's because it doesn't have power, I'm guessing, to feed this. They've been running good up until now. So I'm going to go take a look at the reactors, get them all back on, figure out what is going on with them. And next time we're setting up the tokamak. Okay. So you actually have power here. I know the satisfaction is really low, but you have power. So why did you not feed? Well, I'm just going to feed it manually. Up until I ran out of power, everything ran fine. Now, the problem is I need to put these in here. Yeah, that actually says it has no power. That might be the problem. It might not be that they have an issue. It's just they are so low on power at the moment. Yeah, see, it says we have nothing right now. Alright, so I'll have to reset my reactors. I'm just going to have to feed them completely manual to get power back going. I don't like doing it, but I do know how to reset them, so not a big deal. Alright, but with that, I will leave you go. I will figure out how to get unstuck here. Yeah, that's not good that we're getting attacked. Because we have no power to deal with that attack. I'm going to have to go deal with that. Anyways, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I've said this like 3 times now. Y'all have a good one. And I will see you next time setting up a tokamak reactor. Have a good one.